Probably forgot I had this, didn't I? Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a scooter video. So if there's any scooter enthusiasts, scooter lovers, remaining subscribing to my channel, then I apologise for that. That's if there is any. They've probably all buggered off now. Anyway, I think it's about time we did something on this. One of the main reasons why I'm working on it right now is there's a local scooter show to me coming up end of next month, and last year I took the Matrix themed scooter it wasn't mine, but I painted it. I was allowed to take that along to show off, and obviously on the tables and stuff I had all other little bits and bobs. But this year I haven't got a scooter to take because that scooter got sold, and I found out it's dumped in the back of someone's garage now, just all stuff chucked around it. So yeah, it's not seeing the light of day, which is a shame. I did ask him if he wanted to put it on the stand, but he can't even get it out. The plan is to get something painted on this. Now, if you can remember back to the last scooter video I did, is a while back, isn't it? I mentioned that I bought a Suzuki Bergman, so that's the frame of it, and that's the engine and rear swing arm and stuff. And because I mentioned, if you remember, that this is one of those Viet Bodge flipping things, so it's a bit of a mess. It's not even worth saving, to be honest. So I was gonna turn it into a bit of a hot rod Vespa. So it's one of those ones that it doesn't matter if you cut the crap out of it and fuck it all up, basically. So yeah, that engine's going in this. So where was I? For this scooter show, I need a scooter to take. So the plan is now, I'm not going to get that engine in that time frame. So I thought, if I cut the leg shields in the front off and weld the new one on that I've got, then at least I can paint the front of it and airbrush the design on that. I can take that along, at least it looks somewhat like a scooter. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So this front panel and leg shield thing is spot welded across this little brace at the top there, and then down both sides spot welded all the way down there and down the bottom. Now, normal process for getting that off is to get a spot weld drill bit, put it in the drill them out, bit of prying, and that should pop off. But not in the case of this one, because it's been seam welded along here. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a disc cutter, cut around that, and then just cut all the way along here, both sides. That should fall off then, and then what is remaining of it stuck to the other side of this, I can then belt sand off and belt sand the weld that they put all along here. Once that's off, then I can assess what the state of the inside of this is like. It does need a plate put in by there, because there's a hole there and there's a patch there and a patch there. So I'm probably gonna cut them out and put fresh, nice ones in. Hopefully the inside of that, whatever you call that part of the scooter, the flipping subframe of it, hopefully it's good inside. If it's not, then the new one won't be getting welded on tomorrow. Top tip, or word of advice rather, if you work in hoodies, make sure you pull out the drawstrings, pull them out and chuck them in a bin. Because if you're working like that and it's dangling and you're working with something like that and it gets caught on it, well, doesn't take two guesses to work out what's going to happen there, does it? some reason the button is stuck open on my flipping die grinder. Can't turn it off, which is fun. That's the two sides cut off. There they are, that's what's remaining of them. And like I said, now we gotta try and cut like what's however this bit is attached to that side now, so that all this comes off.
A few moments later.
To all the people who said, yeah, just weld a leg shield on it, it'll be fine, I've seen far worse than that in my days. Yeah, I don't think we're just welding a leg shield on, are we? I mean, look at it. There ain't a lot left of the flipping, and it's proper nasty. I'm not even sure if there's bits missing out of that at all. I'll be honest, I was about to go home, feeling very down in the dumps. So I thought that normally provides some good viewing for YouTube, innit? The misfortune of others.
We're gonna hunt down these sickos.
Yeah, it's not looking good, I'll be very honest. And I mean, I've already been here, haven't I? It's already been a video of it's not looking good, and I've been down in the dumps over that. But then I thought I could salvage it into some sort of Frankenstein project. But it's looking a lot like I can't even do that now. And then it's reminding me again that I've paid £800 for this lump of, well, I've paid £800 for that, like, you know, caught with my pants down. I mean, the back end ain't good for a start off. All above where the number plate goes is massive holes in it. It's all crusty and holy on the two sides of it as well. And then I suppose the bit where the seat goes and the fuel tank goes in, that's alright. And then this frame up here is alright. But then this entire middle section is knackered. There's nothing can be done with it. By the time you cut out everything that's fucked on it, I'll be left with two halves. I mean, we can see straight away whatever this panel is part of the, you know, like the under tray kind of part. I don't even know whether that is meant to continue onwards, but it ends here, all jaggedy. We knew that there was a patch welded in here on the top side, which actually isn't too bad in terms of the rest of it. But then it's had a patch here, and they've just left all this jagged. So all this is new, and then it's just been overlapped, and they've left the jaggedness of the original on it. So there's a bit of original metal, about 1 inch wide, running along there, and that's it. Because this part new, and that part is new. All this lip isn't original, and well, it's knackered. And then this part, I don't know where this is meant to go to, how far that's meant to go. But as you can see, it's knackered, and it's knackered beyond this part, which is still part of the bit I cut off of all that. So basically, it's got to be cut there and cut there, and all that bit has got to come out. We got the new panel for the outside bit, but then you gotta make something with that. The lip that goes up there has got to be replaced. This lip has got to be replaced, and then the other side, the seat unit is all knackered by here. So I don't really know what to do now. It's all the projects and stuff I got going on. The time it would take to do this, just get a flipping another frame. Okay, I had a sit down. I explored some crazy options of looking at repair panels and other frames, and getting another frame would be the easiest probably, but more costly as well. I haven't really got the money to buy another frame yet, and then that would mean throwing in the towel and admitting defeat on this one. I even looked for lowering kits and stretched slammed kits for the Bergmans, see if that was an option. I couldn't even find where they are. Obviously in Japan somewhere, but I couldn't find them. So yeah, I've composed myself now. We've got rid of the negative vibes. We're gonna carry on again. But I was gonna get Luke over tomorrow to weld the leg shield on. So obviously that's not happening now, but I will still get him over and start the next plan on it. So I think before we can weld the leg shield on, obviously we gotta make a entire new tunnel for it, whatever that panel is called. Okay, I've been drilling the spot welds out on what's remaining of the front panel. Drilled through them all with a little pilot hole first to locate them, because I'm hoping in my head that will enable me to locate them where to weld up when I put the new one on. It might be totally silly idea, I don't know yet. Anyway, yeah, so we gotta get the rest of this off and all of that off the front of there. When the new one gets welded on, it will just be getting MIG welded. It's not gonna get spot welded. Anyone who's flipping shouting at the TV now saying, "Oh, it should be flipping spot welded," calm your tits. Does this scooter really need to be that good? You know, it's a piece of shit at the end of the day, this one. So I don't think we need to worry about that. It's just gonna get MIG welded. It'll be fine. Plus, I don't have a spot welder. I'm not forking out mega money to go get one just for this. That bit's holding on with hopes and dreams. What is that? Is that meant to be like that or what? Right, last one I think. There we go. It's mad how much actual rust gets behind the seams on these Vespas. There's nothing seam sealed like it is on a car. yeah, I don't know why that bit is there, because it's spot welded to the front panel. But why when it's not? Oh, there you go. Why when it's not connected to anything else? I don't get what that's doing. I would say from about there upwards is good. Surprisingly, it's probably the best bit on the whole scooter. And then as we get past, what's that? That's the rear brake kind of pivot. Once we get past that, that's when it all goes to pieces. Now that the leg shield and yeah, whatever else you call it is off, you may be thinking, what's the next step? So, like I said, all that is trash. It needs to be replaced. Absolutely everything in that area. So if we cut that out, that's gonna fall down there, innit? So surprisingly, this is actually, I mean, to the eye, lined up with that. It's not twisted or anything. So we can't just go cutting that out and then weld a piece in and then hoping that that then lines back up with it, because you'll probably get it all wrong. So what we need to do is make some kind of like jig kind of thing to support this. So we need to like weld a piece from there to there, maybe one each side as well, so that that can't move around. And then we can cut that bit out and it'll still stay where it needs to be. And then we know exactly the size of the piece that we need to make to go back in again. So I think I'm going to use this. This is a remainder of some roof rack that I had on my scrap Vauxhall Vivaro. I actually used this to make, yeah, it was the bed frame in the traffic. This is what's left of it. So I think if we put a piece by there to there, and then if we put like some pieces there to there, one each side, so we've got 3 braces then, I think that'll do. Right, so we need a piece. Out the way. I make that 37.6 centimeters. Or if you're American, about 2.5 potatoes. Okay, that bit can go in there, and now we need to do the same again and cut 2 for by there.
1 hour later.
I think that should be sufficient now, so we can chop the middle out. I think, yeah, it's pretty damn solid. We'll soon see once we cut it, but anyway. We cut it around about there, and we cut it around about there. This panel, what's left of it, does continue underneath there. They do, in fact, for this outer bit, they do make a repair panel for this area. It's about 40 odd quid. So I think I'll get one of them. So I'll probably cut that away for now as well to see how bad this piece is going that way underneath it, if you get what I mean. Voila! Right, so that's what we're left with. A big gaping hole in the middle. This bit hasn't moved at all. It's proper solid on there, so fair play. It's properly braced now. So we know it's still in the right position, ready for us to make a new section there. The only thing I gotta do here now is cut out this bad bit of outer skin on this area, so that we can decide how much more of this to take back, because that bit's gone there as well. Then we can make a new piece to go in there, hopefully make it out of one piece, and then we can buy the patch panel that goes over the top of it to seal it in. I might even put a, well, there was a brace inside, little piece of metal, which is gone now, and obviously you've got the bar there for the rear brake lever. I think that's what it is. So obviously that's providing support as well. So I might, before the leg shield goes in, fab up some panels to go inside as well to add, oh my god, I can't say it. To add some extra support. I was just looking at the bits I've cut off and they're on the floor. So that's the center, or that's the side you could see. That's the center of the underneath. Patch upon patch, not a lot left of the original. But look at the inside of it. I don't know whether there's multiple skins there, but I don't know whether that's the original leg shield floor pan there still left and they've just welded over the top of it, but yeah, look at that. And that's why it's called a V8 bodge. Anyway, I've just spent another 10 minutes with the disc cutter cutting off basically all the rest of the rotten stuff. I don't think there's anything left now. I think what we're left with is good steel once we get a belt sander on it. So you can see there now that the outer skin there is separate to where's it? That bit that we cut out. I'm keeping that just to remind me of the shape and remind me that there's an internal brace there. I'm keeping this bit just to get an idea what the outer bit is meant to look like. All the rest, the scrap mount can have. So yeah, just tidied that up. The lips have gone by here because they were knackered.
That's what she said.
Bit on the front as well. I've cut a section out of that. That can just be added in. I kept this piece on there because that's a bit of a difficult piece to make, so I think that will clean up nice. So if we just have a look underneath, obviously now we got to make a piece that joins onto here, onto that, comes all the way across there and meets up with, it joins onto the outer piece. that inner piece is this brace. So that's probably easier actually. So yeah, we'll make this outer piece first, and obviously make sure there's the lips on it as well. Then we can do this inner piece with that brace that we saw. We can add the remainder of these lips onto here. Then we can buy that little repair panel to get this outer skin back, overlapping the tunnel bit that we make. Put that over the top, and then yeah, like I said, put maybe some more internal braces, strengthen it up. I've cut that bit off there as well. This is that was all knackered. Not sure if I'm going to weld that in yet, because that might end up having to be chopped out for the new engine to go in anyway. It might be in the way, because obviously all this back end isn't going to need loads of chopping to fit the Bergman engine. But anyway, once we got all that I just explained there, we can then add on, which I think is over here, the new leg shield. I'm not sure if it's got the under braces on it. No, it hasn't. So what we'll probably do, rather than forking out money, because I think there's 3 of them on there, you can just kind of see the remains of them on there. The underfloor braces that go on the very underneath. I think what I'm going to do is just cut up, probably reuse these that they've braced this with, and weld them to the bottom, because they're quite thick steel. They'll support it nice and well underneath. They'll do the job. And because this is going to be really low on the ground, it's probably going to hit the ground at some point and grind the bottom of it off. So I think they'll do the job of protecting the very bottom. Anyway, I think we'll call it a day on that now. I'm not going to bother flipping making that piece now, because this is going to be another week goes by before we can weld it in anyway. So yeah, we'll appreciate the small little wins. It now has no more rust on the front end. Although it doesn't have much of a front end anymore.
You can say that again, pal.
If you're into your Vespas, consider subscribing to the channel if you're interested in keeping up to date on this stupid project where we return a Viet Bodge back to life of some sort anyway. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments. I'll answer them at the end of the next scooter video. Yeah. Catch you in the next one.